Okay, it's the 5th of April. Wanted to give you some idea why people along the southeastern part of Pennsylvania into Jersey up through some parts of New England got gypped this winter. Everybody always knows about the southeastern ridge. This is the Gulf Stream, basically. And the way the Gulf Stream went this year was like this. So when the low got here, the low is like anything else. It feeds off of warmth. And so it took it that way. So that kind of gypped a lot of the northeastern parts of this area. But what really did it in is this. The oceans are warm. The Atlantic Ocean is warm. This is above normal down here. This is cold. But there was a lot of the air would come off of this and come this way, and the mountain area is like kind of in a line from 78 towards Harrisburg, and there's kind of the mountainous region north of that was getting its snow, but south of that the warm air was coming in, and then it would flip it over or it just wouldn't let it start. So we got gypped. Things are changing. Warm water is beginning out here. The oceans take a long time to cool. So next year, we're not in La Nina anymore. So next year, we're a little bit more apt to get some nasty weather or some snow, as you would say, next year. But next year might be one of those in-between years where things happen. The ocean just doesn't warm. It's such a big thing. It just doesn't warm up overnight or even in a month or two. It's going to take some time to cool. And a lot of times what happens is if you get hurricanes down here, what happens is that cools the water because it sucks up moisture. So it cools the water. We didn't have a lot of hurricanes last year, if you remember. We had one late in the season that was anything to speak of. But there was not a lot of cooling going on. So a lot of things go into why we don't get it. I've studied this. I could see where my error was in predicting snow early on in the season, and in trying to stick with that forecast. Really, just everything south of 78 in Harrisburg and east got ripped. And so this is what I figured out was our main problem, not just air temperatures, but basically the ocean controlled everything. And again, right there's your current that goes like that, and it kind of took it out to sea. So that's kind of what happened in that situation. So I just wanted to make that available. Now we've got a lot of warm air up front here, and we do have a front to the west, and thunderstorms will break out with these things, and we have to keep an eye on, especially out here in the western part of the state. There is a chance for very severe weather, which would include hail and high winds overnight. There could be some of that. I don't know about the tornado. I know it gives an upper grade on a tornado, but I don't think overnight there's much of a chance out there. But this will take it about midnight. See, here's midnight, and you can see there's only a few storms out here, and you don't have that sun warming, but it does hold together. This is around 10 o'clock tonight, and you can see a few thunderstorms in here. And again, some of them could be gusty winds and some hail. They kind of hold together. There is midnight right there, and they made it this far, but they're kind of dying out. And again, it's not a derecho. This is 4 o'clock in the morning. We got a line right here trying to come together, and it'll also move across the state by 7 a.m. and kind of out. It's gone. And then we have more precipitation coming through the state in the afternoon hours. And you can see tomorrow is adjoined by some warm temperatures. Some temperatures down here in southeastern PA can get close to 80 degrees, if not over 80 degrees. So this would be like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And you can see here's the thunderstorms down here. There's a front up here which can breathe a couple thunderstorms. And you can see it's basically the southern part of the state. But this is around... this is around 6 o'clock, and you can see it's trying to get a line together. I wouldn't doubt if that line's a little further back than where it shows on this thing here. And it kind of explodes as it gets into South Jersey, and there could be some really nasty weather in South Jersey. But I kind of think that there's a little bit more further to the west here to worry about tomorrow. And so that would be something to keep in mind. But there is a low chance out here for severe weather, such as a tornado. But I would think that out here in Pennsylvania, in this area, it'd be tonight, and then tomorrow afternoon it would be to the east and down that way. Now, in Pennsylvania, it's very interesting to watch. In Jersey, you can basically see the line. This is around 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and you can see the front has made it all the way to here. So your severe threat's done. And look at the temperatures back here, back in the 40s. And then up ahead, you got low 70s, and they're going to continue to warm up as this front pushes to the east. I'll move this up. This takes you to around 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. And you can see 80s, mid 80s in Jersey. Undoubtedly, there's some people on the beach, but the water's in the 40s and 50s. But warm temperatures blasting into the southeast and up and through even Stroudsburg, up through northern New Jersey. But warm temperatures before this front tries to crash through. And you can see this takes you to around 6 o'clock. And you can see the cool air's coming in. The storms have moved to the east. And again, temperatures are beginning to drop, even though they show upper 60s in Philly and 70s in Jersey. And they'll drop. And as we go overnight, we go from one extreme to the other. By 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday, we got some areas, temperatures in the mid 30s to low 30s. And in the southeastern and south central part of the state, temperatures have dropped into the low 40s. And then on Friday, you can see it tries to warm up a little bit, but basically 40s to the north, 50s to the south, and maybe Jersey has some 60s mixed, low 60s mixed in. And then as we get into Friday night into Saturday morning, we actually have some below freezing temperatures. All this pink is below freezing. The lighter blues are close to freezing, mid 20s or mid 30s. Philly used to stay around 40, but some freezing temperatures going into Saturday morning. Then as we get into Saturday during the day, you can see it's not too warm, 40s and 50s across the state. Saturday night into Easter, as we move closer to the Easter morning hours, temperatures below freezing again in the same areas overnight. For Easter morning, so it's going to be cold sunrise service if that's what you're doing. Temperatures in the 20s to 30s in the higher elevations in the northern part of PA, 30s to the south, again, just like it was Friday night. So chilly temperatures on the way. What's the temperatures for Easter during the day? Here you go. That's as warm as we're going to get. 50s across the state. Maybe a couple 60s sneak into western PA and down by Philly. You might make 60, but overall, 50s across the state of Pennsylvania for Easter. So we're on the cold side up here. Any moisture's down south. Maybe South Jersey gets clipped with a couple sprinkles and showers. But this is Sunday, Easter, and we don't have any precipitation here. All right, I'm going to include a video or a website after this weather forecast. And it's Patreon, and you can make a donation, join in on this, and there's some things you can get to try to help me raise some funds here to keep this thing going. Getting older costs money, and I'm going to make that Pennsylvania Pocono Weather 360 available for free. I'm not going to charge for that, and I'm going to keep doing these weather forecasts here. But that site just gives you a little bit extra, and mention your name on here. But it's also, I had some people complain that they didn't have PayPal and they couldn't make a donation. So with this thing, you can use anything from a debit card to a credit card, whatever you want to do on it. It seems to be the way to go. Okay, and if you get the better one, the higher amount, which is totally up to you. If you don't want to donate, you don't have to donate. It's up to you. And if you go to the third, there's like 3 levels, and if you go to the third level, I'll send you a personal weather forecast for your area at your request when you want it once a month. So check it out. I'll include it right after the video. It'll be in another post on here in a little while. Okay, be safe. I will update this thing tomorrow, but just a cool Easter. It looks like it's coming up on a cool Easter. Just so put a jacket on. I can't do what I used to do when I was a kid. Go outside in a short sleeve shirt, but that's not going to happen this Easter, but a little chilly. Just put a sweater or jacket on. Okay, this is Fred. Take it easy. I know I talked too much today. All right, bye.